Hi guys, today I will show you how I worked on this illustration, what color palette I picked up, why, how I'm working on composition, what type of brushes I use on Procreate, and which one is my favorite. So stay tuned and I will share. So first let's start from concept, because concept is the same important as illustration. For example, here I was thinking I want to do some nice spooky illustration on Halloween, and you can see I always work on the fashion illustration, like I drew girls, I drew portraits. So this is my examples of 3 of my illustration, but I wanted to add something more like, you know, some scary house, purple colors and pumpkins. So I pick up these pictures as references on the Pinterest, and this is my portraits you can see, and this is the girls I drew, like you can check it in my shorts. And this is the color palette I used. So I was inspired by this purple, but it was a little bit too much for me, so I wanted to keep some dark and blue colors too, not too over exaggerated. My illustration sometimes is bright, but not this one. I would say this is in a dark mode, but I still wanted to add some cute details like this little pinky heart and pinky eye rings, just to have a little bit touch of fancy illustration. Yeah, because I don't want it to have too dark or too moody. Yeah, so basically next steps is pick up our color palette. You can see I have on the right side, this is my colors and this is the brushes I used. So let's see more detailed here. This is the pretty cold palette, but it still has bright accents like pumpkins. Yeah, it's orange one. This one, my bright illustration, I don't use a lot of orange colors. This palette is worked nice for the Halloween, but let's talk about brushes. Brushes, let's pick up my last used one. Yeah, you can see here it's Pencil 6B, Aerograph, Narander, Oberon. This is for texturing colors on the layers. It's a little bit transparent brush, I would say, but it's perfect for clothing, for example, or makeup. And my favorite one, yeah. So here you can check the shapes of these brushes. And now let's talk about composition. So 100% I was sure I want to have some scary house at the background, but not too much complicated. It can be really simple shape of house, like for example like this or that. It's just, you know, I'm sketching, give myself ideas. So it will be in the background, and on the around my illustration I want to have dark vignette, something like this. After that I thought the girl or figure of the girl will be somewhere in the middle, so I want her in my center of my composition, so she can stay here. And without details, just give myself an ideas. I put her standing in the middle of my composition, and thinking it would be cool to have bright pumpkins around because it will jump up and bright up my illustration. So this is the less or more concept of my illustration, and now we can put some shapes of colors just to see if it will work without adding too much details. For example, we can check with a color picker. Here you can use this one and check with our colors from palette. For example, we will put bright pumpkins on the first layer of the illustration. Yeah, I work on layer because it will easily help you be flexible later. For example, you can color separately, you can add shades separately, so it basically helps. So first one is coloring pumpkins on the first layer. It will look like this, and let's give some third one at the background, just to have balance. Yeah, so this is the idea of the bright points on the whole illustration. I choose to have 3 in the one color and the rest will be in the colder palette. Like for example, I know that the girl will have dark clothing or dark dress, so let's just give us an idea. On the first layer, on the first plan, we will have dark figure or blue or purple dress. Yeah, and I wanted to have little light at the background, like, you know, shiny, I don't know, light, mysterious light at the background of the house. And we know that the house will be on that layer, so let's pick the dark color and put the color of the house. It's approximately. I know that the color of the hair I want to have light because the house is dark. It will be nice contrast between them. So I put the lightest point in the middle of composition. And my vignette will be dark, probably blue or purple or something definitely darker than center of my composition. So here approximately I can see how I can work with my colors. So if you compare to the finished illustration, you can see what was my idea, where I want to use my colors. And let's check it in the details now. I will change position of my iPad because it will be more useful for me. Okay, let's start. We have time lapse in the iPad so we can remember our steps. I started from the figure, face and body and dress. After that I will add my little pumpkins everywhere. So it's very simple one. I just use 2 brushes. One is aerograph and one is spray just to have shadows. And I just copy my pumpkins and change my faces on the pumpkins. After that I add my simple shape of house, couple of lines on the roof and pink light at the background. Pumpkins on the separate layers so I easily can manage them. I can move them, copy, paste and change the position of them on the whole illustration. In details you can have shape of pumpkins, a little bit of spray brush to have shadow, and with the other shadows, with other brush I just made my faces. They really cute and simple, I would say. So I just copy them everywhere and change their sizes and start to work on hair and details of the clothing. So I changed the hand, I put it a little bit more in the sleeve, so second hand, and I put some flowers on her dress, worked on details on the dress. It's important because it's the first layer, it's complicated. We put some makeup on the girl, and here you can be creative. And after that I put shadows on the dress. Yeah, so how I put my shadows I can show you. I always use let's hear, shadows, that's on this layer. Yeah, so opacity is half of it, it's 52, and I use multiply style. You can check, there is a lot of styles and that's the difference. You can see how it works, but my favorite is multiply because it's a little bit transparent. It works with the first layer, it's not flat, and you can mix your colors from the second and first layer together. So I think it helps to have this light texture like it's, you know, clothing. Yeah, so after that I put cute little heart and check my lights in the background. So here, so illustration is finished, I would say, but let's just check up on details. Yeah, we have this interline around, it gives you a little bright and fresh feeling. You have cute details like heart in the middle, and this is all first layer because that was my idea, because I wanted to your attention on the first layer. If I would want your attention in the background, I would work on details on the background, but I want your attention on pumpkin for example, and it's the brightest point of the illustration. Next it's the background, it's pink, and next it's dark house. In the first layer it's a girl with a lot of details on the dress, hair, hands and face. Yeah, it gives you a perception that something, it's not empty in the background, but it's still the composition there. Yeah, so it's really simple. It's just a couple of lines on the roof and, you know, a couple of lines of 6B pencil at the background, nothing special. Yeah, and you can check it's everywhere. And here, what the most important part here? The pumpkin. No, I'm joking. This is the whole illustration. This is the idea. So tell me your impression. Tell me what was the difficult part to understand for you. What was your favorite part? Put in the comment section what would you want to learn to draw on the iPad. Maybe I can help you. I can share on my example, on my illustration, how I deal with this. And I love to use simple animation on my illustrations. I'm not animator, I use AI tool for that, but it's definitely lift up my illustration to the next level. Thank you.